Hello, criminal justice enthusiasts, and welcome back to You Are the Judge. So, in the last episode, I got the case wrong according to the game because I did not find the guy guilty. I still stand by my decision in that case. It is the one that it's a bit ironic to me in this game because it says you are the judge, but at the same time, you're not actually given the ability to be the judge. If you get it wrong according to the game, you're wrong. I do love the fact that Judge Sim made that sort of open stance on it, so that way you can then make the decisions you want, and it's not a sort of you got it right or wrong type of situation. Hopefully, maybe in season 3 for this game, they might do the same thing. For now, though, we're going to continue playing through. I have looked, and we have 3 more cases here in this first season, and then I know the second season's also going to have 12 cases. I've decided I'm going to probably batch record these over a couple days' time because right now I actually have 8 games I'm trying to continue to juggle for the channel, and it's becoming a bit of a challenge to do that. And I feel like it's hurting the quality of the content that I'm putting out. So what I want to do is I'm going to select a game, this one being the first one, and I'm just going to play it through the rest of the way to get it done and sort of off my recording schedule. You'll still be seeing the videos once a week for the weeks that I have videos for. So I just am letting you know that way if you post a comment stuff, I still will respond to comments and I'll give you why I made a decision or such if I need to, but I'm not going to be able to sort of change how I'm doing things for the next case or something. Season 3 is still to be announced, and when it comes out, I will take into consideration everything you guys have said through the first 2 seasons gameplay. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know on that. I'm figuring this is the first game I'm going to do this with. The second game is going to probably be Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, and then we'll get into the ones that are a bit newer. The reason I'm doing it for these older games is because, like this game, the only major update it's going to have is when Season 3 comes out. So it won't really affect what I do in Season 1 or 2. With Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, it's been out for a long while now, so I don't have any updates that might come out. I'm more concerned with, say, Supermarket Simulator or TCG Card Shop Simulator because with those games, if I batch record it and you're only getting 1 video per week, there will probably come a time where I'll have to put out an update video that's going to sort of be out of order with the rest of the videos that I'm giving you guys. And so I want to avoid that for as long as I possibly can. I'm even thinking with those games when I do get to start batch recording those, I may just put them out one per day kind of thing so that way I get through them fairly quickly for you guys, and that way when an update does come out, it's not going to be that much of an issue. But give me your feedback on that. I'm always interested here. For now, though, let's get into our situation here where we have a fatal work accident case. James Wilson versus CLK Company. We also should hear why they believe I got this last case wrong here. So, yep, let's go over here. The plaintiff from your previous case has approached us believing that your decision was incorrect. After conducting a detailed examination, we have determined that you made an erroneous judgment. In a relevant case, expert psychologist assessments and health tests confirmed that the plaintiff suffered both physical and psychological abuse. While there may be a disciplinary regulation within the military framework, it never condones actions such as violence and humiliation. But the psychologist herself said that he didn't violate their rules. So he didn't go against the regulations for violence and humiliation. This situation is in violation of the law. We emphasize the need for greater diligence in your future decisions. Best of luck in your duties, Supreme Court. I still stand by my decision. I think they're entirely wrong on that one. So it is what it is. I'm sure I'll hear from them on it. I've been uh, punished for it, which that's another thing I do feel is sort of unrealistic here. A judge would not be fined like this. Now, I mean, this is a fictitious country, so I guess they can do that. But yeah, that no one would want to be a judge if this was the kind of thing that they were doing of, well, we don't agree with your decision, so we're going to penalize you. Then I wouldn't want the job because basically you're saying there's only one right decision. And the entire point of a judge is for them to make a judgment, their judgment, not the judgment that you determine, but the judgment based on the law. All right, here's her results. Hello, sir. Fortunately, it's been a calm day following yesterday. Oh, how are you, sir? Thankfully, your decision in the last case didn't lead to negative outcomes. It wouldn't have been pleasant to experience a second crisis after yesterday. By the way, even though it hasn't received much media coverage, the social media law is still being discussed in Parliament, sir. Some quarters argue that even if it passes through Parliament, it may not be legally sound and the court could potentially nullify it. Let's hope the responsibility of making that decision doesn't fall on you. That's all I have to convey to you. Not sure what she's mean by the social media law. Alright, then she's prepared our documents, so we're good there. Prime Minister, 86%. We're still at 90% with Supreme Court, so I'm not worried at all about that. Uh, Public is at 75%. So they're a little bit less happy with me. Uh, Social media law. So I guess that's going to come up at a point. New game has been released. Yes, Judge Sim was released after this game. That is very true. Sole owner of the victory is Kobardi. Where can we access details of the decision made in cases? I was among the audience at the trial yesterday. I was quite excited. Oh, that's good to hear. Glad that you're taking that role in our government. What matters is the legality of the decisions made. Judges are already doing their job well enough. I agree with this statement. I went with the law, even though the Supreme Court is going against me. So we'll post that. And we'll go ahead and exit out here and get to today's case. Video is slightly longer than our normal ones, so let's get to it. The public welcomed with joy the fact that the vast majority of judiciary members share their opinion on live broadcasting of trials. Oh, maybe that's what they're meaning about the social media thing. Well, that's great. Public loyalty is up to 90% there. Perfect. I mean, I definitely agree we should broadcast trials, so that's a good thing. I'm just going to continue to click 1 on the card game whenever we have to do that. The first card, we'll just see what we get out of it. All right, let's hear what the plaintiffs have to say here. You seem short. Just saying. My client's brother, James Wilson, lost his life as a result of a workplace accident that occurred while he was working on a construction project owned by CLK Company. We have witnesses and evidence that support the claim that the company did not take adequate safety measures. Okay. My client, CLK Company, has a long history of numerous construction projects in our country. There have been no accidents of this nature in the past. Well, that could be true, but you could have one now. The company has taken all necessary safety precautions in a timely manner due to the requirements for regular inspections and controls. Therefore, we reject all of the plaintiff's claims. All right. Well, this one I mean, these kind of cases, I definitely do lean one way or another. I'm leaning toward the plaintiff definitely here, so we'll have to see what the evidence is. But I'm going to say I'm leaning towards the plaintiff. We're going to go with the first card here. Your relationship with your family decreases by 5 points. As I said, I really dislike the card game. That part just, it has no place for me in this. I don't know why they have that. The lawsuit begins. All right. Respectful, calm, neat. Indifferent, calm, neat. So he doesn't even want to be here. Well, we'll see about that here. All right, we looked at that. We got to look at this. All right, now let's look at the things that actually matter. The case file. After a serious workplace accident on a construction project owned by CLK Company, the family of James Wilson, who lost his life as a result of the accident, filed a compensation lawsuit against CLK Company claiming negligence in the accident. The plaintiff alleges that the construction company did not take sufficient safety measures. The defendant, on the other hand, claims that all necessary precautions were taken. All right, so we got a bunch of witnesses. Foreman records contain James Wilson's work record from the day of the incident. Emails sent by James Wilson to the company he works for regarding job security. CCTV footage, camera view at the construction site. Alright, James Wilson is back to work. James Wilson tasked with removing the steel panels on the top floor. James Wilson requested help from for the previous job, but due to the lack of labor, no one else could be assigned. All right, so that's already deleting heavier. Yeah, if he asked for help and didn't get it, and then he died from this, that's not good. All right, so we've got this email here from James Wilson 1 month ago. Dear authorized officer, since we work on more than one project at the same time within the company, there's a problem in carrying adequate security equipment. For this reason, we are faced with working in different field projects without the necessary security measures. I kindly request you take the necessary precautions regarding this issue. Yeah, all right. This is definitely not going the defense's way right now. Well, he definitely fell. That's what that shows me. Um, Alrighty then. Well, is there anything we had to hear the witnesses and stuff like that? All right. Cases of fatal workplace accidents, the employer or their representative may be sued by the legal heirs of the worker. The court conducts a thorough examination of the causes of the workplace accident and determines liability fairly. If the employer or their representative is found at fault, the penalty for causing death through negligence in fatal accidents is imprisonment ranging from 3 to 6 years. Additionally, they may be ordered to pay compensation up to $400,000. All right, so let me take a few notes here. 3 to 6 years in prison and $400,000. All right. That was not what I wanted to click on. That's good to go there. They actually do want to go back to this because I believe it says here filed a compensation lawsuit. So they're not asking for prison time, they are asking for compensation. All right. Let's go ahead and talk to the plaintiff. Do you know what safety measures were taken on a construction project where James Wilson worked? Yes. I believe that there were not sufficient safety measures taken on the project. Witness statements and evidence support this. I mean, he fell off the building, so that's decent evidence on that. Can you provide evidence of the company's negligence regarding the death of your client's brother, James Wilson? Certainly. Security camera recordings and witness statements indicate that the accident occurred due to a lack of workplace safety. See, this is the one thing that this game bothers me more than Judge Sim does with it, because they give you vague stuff here. Tell me the fact that there was a railing missing. Give me the specifics so I can say this is for sure. Particularly when it's a criminal case, it troubles me because I'm having to decide if the person's guilty or not, and I don't have the evidence. I think it's a wording issue because I'm guessing this game wasn't originally intended to be in English, but it's really hard in this particular game to make those decisions because of the vague wording. As I said, I do have to compare this game to Judge Sim some because they are the two Judge Simulator games I've played. I really feel Judge Sim did a much better job at getting the main points across so you knew what you were making a decision on. What basis does James Wilson's family have for their compensation claims? James Wilson's family is requesting compensation based on the negligence of the company in failing to take adequate workplace safety measures. All right. Yeah, see, it says the prison there, but they aren't asking for prison. So I'm leaning towards the financial compensation. I'm still gonna listen to all the witnesses, but I'm leaning towards financial compensation. What safety measures does CLK Company take on the construction project, and how do you prove this? CLK Company follows safety policies and conducts necessary inspections on all projects. See, that's just so vague. I need some details. Or, give me like a paper here that says the safety measures. That way I can say were they actually met or not. I should also mention that CLK Company is highly respectful of workers' rights and has experience in workplace safety. Our safety experts' inspection reports confirm this. Yeah, that's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy because your expert is paid by you and he says that you did a good job. Self-fulfilling. Can CLK Company prove that have been no workplace accidents on similar projects in the past? Yes. When you examine our company's past projects, you will see that we have worked in compliance with safety standards. Once again, I don't have any of that to actually look at. It says I can look at it, but I don't have that. So yeah, it's a little bit vague in this game and a little bit frustrating that way. Can you provide information about the safety measures taken on the construction project where the accident occurred? Of course. We conducted regular inspections on our project and provided the necessary safety equipment. Witness statements will undoubtedly provide the required information to the Honorable Court. All right, let's hear from the witnesses. What do you know about the safety measures taken on the construction project? Daily safety checks and training were regularly conducted on the project. However, I can say that there were deficiencies. Oh, so he's already coming out and saying, what were the working conditions for James Wilson on the day of the accident, and what were the deficiencies you mentioned? On the day of the accident, James Wilson was not equipped with adequate protective gear, and a certain safety procedure was overlooked. Okay, how did the company oversee workplace safety measures? The company was subject to periodic inspections by safety experts, and efforts were made to address deficiencies. Yeah. All right then. He did not help the defense. What did you observe at the time of the accident? I saw that the workers were working without adequate safety equipment during the accident, and I thought this posed a risk. What was James Wilson's attitude toward the company's workplace safety? He was extremely sensitive about workplace safety and had previously complained about the need for necessary precautions. Yee. Were the security camera recordings in the area where the accident occurred reviewed? Yes. Security camera recordings were reviewed and used to understand how the accident occurred. Yeah, all I saw is him falling off a building, so that didn't really say much there. But their words are definitely having an impact. What can you say about the company's workplace safety policies? I believe I work for a company that values workplace safety and makes efforts to ensure that every employee receives proper training. Were the workplace safety equipment adequate on the construction project where the accident occurred? Unfortunately, they were not adequate, and this increased the likelihood of the accident. The company does prioritize workplace safety, but I think it may have been overlooked on that day. Jeez. What steps did the company take to address workplace safety deficiencies? The company was working on addressing deficiencies based on inspection results, and workplace safety training was intensified. Yeah. That went real bad for the defense here. We got one more witness here. Let's see if he gives anything for the defense. What was the cause of James Wilson's death? Gravity? I'm going to go with gravity. James Wilson lost his life at the scene of the incident due to head and neck injuries resulting from a construction accident. Gravity. What medical interventions were performed on James Wilson after the accident? Immediate medical intervention was performed right after the accident because of the urgency of the situation. He fell from that height. What are they going to do? However, due to the severe injuries, he lost his life at the scene before being taken to the hospital. Yeah, I mean, we're talking at least a 5-story fall there, but probably far greater because he looked like he was pretty much at full speed already. So, what measures were taken to help him? Um, a spatula might have worked okay. What was James Wilson's health condition in the days leading up to it? He had no serious health problems and his overall condition was very good. All right. All right, so we have everything we need pretty much. This one's not a hard decision for me. Testimony to witness involved may affect the content. Yes, it does. There is going to be a fine here of $400,000. Yeah, I definitely didn't get a penalty for that one because that was the right decision. Good lord, yeah, yeesh. That company definitely let their person down there. Journalists are being requested to conduct post-trial interviews with judges. What are your thoughts on this? As if we don't have any other work to do. It could be enlightening for the public. I agree with it. There's no real reason not to. We want to be open to the public, so let's go ahead and do it. All right, and that's where we're going to go ahead and end this particular video. If you enjoyed what I did in the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you back for more of You Are the Judge.